What's up, Internet? This is Mike at Clarington Kia. Behind us, we have Kia's most luxurious 6-passenger vehicle. That's right, this is a 2021 Telluride SX Luxury. Let's go take a look. Okay, so we are going to take you on a tour of this 21 Telluride SX Luxury. Interior, exterior, including the condition. If there's any little dings, dents, scratches, I will show you nice and close to give you all the details, so that way you know exactly what you're getting from your friends here at Clarington Kia. So let's talk about some of the great features on the Telluride. This has a 3.8 liter V6 engine. You can absolutely tow with this if you've got a little boat, maybe a trailer, who knows what you're towing, whatever you want to tow. You can certainly do that with the Telluride. It is ready to go for that. Now up front here, you can see we have these really cool amber LED daytime running lights, and then at nighttime we have LED headlights as well, and then we have really nice cool looking LED fog lights down here in the bottom of the front bumper. Now taking a look up front, you can see that nice big Kia Grille there. We've got the Telluride logo in the hood as well, and the front bumper is looking really nice. I don't see really any noticeable stone chips here to talk about, which is good news. Now this Telluride does have 72,000 kilometers on it, so it's been nicely used. It's a 2021. That's about average kilometers. The previous owner did lease this vehicle, and now they have leased another one. So that's how much they love the Telluride, and that's kind of a common theme with Telluride owners. Once they buy one, they kind of don't go back. It's you'll see why. You'll see when we get to the interior. Now, looking at the front here, this one has the nice 20-inch wheels, beautiful looking alloy wheel. We got some Michelin rubber on there as well. We have the turn signals in the mirrors. And then what I love about this car is the dark moss color. Really great color on this Telluride. It's got the black interior as well, and then you can see that nice aluminum trim down there and around the windowsills as well. Really kind of makes that pop. Driver's side looks great. I don't see any door dings on the side of this vehicle here. We're going to continue around to the back. Don't worry, we will get into the interior, but I want to show you the outside first. Coming around to the tailgate, you can see again, we got the Telluride logo in the back. We've got the SX V6 there, and then a quick bumper check here shows us that this is actually in really good shape. Sometimes you'll see a couple like gouges out of here from just, you know, bringing in and out stuff, but no, it looks really good here. Now let's open it up. Power tailgate, of course. You can also open it with the key fob here. You can see the power tailgate logo. It does have a remote start built in as well. Now with the third row seat up, you can see there is still some room here for some cargo, luggage, hockey bags, groceries, whatever it is. Who's going grocery shopping with 6 people in the car, by the way? Like, I don't know, that sounds like a lot of work. But anyway, if you were to, there's still lots of room here for your groceries. Now to fold these seats down, really easy. Give this a pull. You'll see the headrest drops forward, and then just like that. And now you can see you have a nice flat cargo system as well. So trips to IKEA, build your dressers, what have you, no problem. Everything will fit in here. Give you a little sneak peek of the back. One thing you do want to notice is there's USB ports, and there is cup holders all right there. So that way the back passengers will stay entertained and charged up, which is super important, obviously, for road trips. These rear seats do recline back too, so they're not straight up. You can get a nice recline on them there. Fold up our tailgate, continue around the passenger side here. Passenger side looks in great shape as well. One of the benefits of buying a vehicle that was off lease is people who lease vehicles obviously have to take care of them a little bit more than if you owned it. I know that sounds kind of funny, right? But if you're leasing a vehicle, you are subject to wear and tear at the end of your lease. So people, you know, operate a little bit more out of fear perhaps, and they take care of the car, make sure that if there's any door dings or light scratches or things like that, they get taken care of before they end their lease, so that way they don't face that kind of penalty at the end. So just something to note, but that's probably why this vehicle is in such great shape. Now here's our first look at the rear passenger seating for the Telluride SX. You can see we've got the captain's chairs here, and the captain's chairs is my preference for the Telluride because I like this seating arrangement. I feel that these passengers here have a lot more comfort. You can see you've got the armrest built in there as well. The seats recline back nice and far. It gives a little bit of separation between some kids, which, let's face it, on a long road trip, you're gonna want that. But yeah, I mean, you can get a bench seat configuration, but then, you know, this looks nicer. Nice detailing in the seat here too for the second row, which you wouldn't get in the bench seat model, but that armrest there is very convenient. And then these seats here are on sliders, so they will slide forward as well to give back passengers in the third row some more leg room. And then we've got some cup holders built in here. We do have a 12 volt and a 115 volt outlet down here, which is super, super handy for a number of different things that you may be wanting to charge up or keep plugged in. And some USB ports, one here and one on the other side of the seat as well, to make sure that obviously the electronics stay connected. Now, we're still talking about the back seat. There's still lots to talk about here. That's why the Telluride is such a luxurious family vehicle, not just for mom and dad up front. The second row captain's chairs are heated as well as air conditioned. That's right. So these seats here have air conditioning vents that go through the bottom of them and will keep them nice and cool, which is something you really don't see in a lot of vehicles. This is a newer feature on some vehicles, and the Telluride does have that, which is really quite exceptional. Now, we have a sunshade built in here, which is always a little tricky to get unhatched when you're trying to do it on video, but that's nice and convenient. You don't need to go to Canadian Tire and get the little stick-on one there that looks kind of cheap, right? To get in the back seat, you may be asking how we do that. Well, you can come through here, hang a hard right and go through the middle, or just push a button and everything kind of moves and slides forward for you. You can see here, there's lots of room back here for your third row seating. Lots of leg room there, even with this second row seat all the way at the back. There's still leg room. You can have legs and sit back there. You can be over 4 feet tall and sit back there as well. And then just to give you an idea, here's on the slider, right with it all the way up, you can see tons of room. So depending on who you have, you can definitely configure the Telluride to fit everybody in there, including adults. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Hold on, I forgot. I got carried away. Look up. Yeah, just as a quick note, we do have a nice glass panel back here in the roof with a power sunshade, but that's going to give passengers back here a nice open and airy feel. Really does prevent motion sickness as well. And while we're back here, we'll just take a look. We do have the nice suede headliner here, and that's kind of a nice luxurious feature. You don't get that in very many cars. You have to go to like a Mercedes or something like that, but the Telluride has it. Now, we'll go back over here and look at our power tilt and slide sunroof up front with that nice suede headliner. We've got the same treatment on the driver and passenger seat here, and you can see they're in fantastic shape. There's no rips, tears, stains, or burns on any of these seats, and it was a non-smoker vehicle. The only thing I can see, and I think this will come out when we clean it, but there's just a little, I don't know if it's a stain, there's something in it you can kind of see there. So I think we just got to do a little bit of a deep clean and that'll probably come out. But I just saw it, so I figured I'd show you. We do have a nice power passenger seat and power driver seat, as you can see here. We've got it all hooked up to a 2-driver memory system as well. We have power folding side view mirrors, lots of great kind of luxury features you would expect. Hopping in, let's show you here first of all, 72,901 kilometers on the Telluride. Now we've got a leather heated steering wheel up front, so this will heat up really nice and quickly, especially if you're using that remote start feature in the wintertime. All of our buttons on the steering wheel for cruise, Bluetooth. It is adaptive cruise in the Telluride, so that's going to match the speed of the car in front of you if it's a little bit slower, and once it gets out of the way, it goes back up to your regular cruising speed. We do have all of the advanced safety features you would expect in a luxury vehicle. So we've got, let me just zoom in here and show you. So we're going to go back. So we have our driving assist. So we've got lane departure warning, lane following assist, highway driving assist as well. Highway driving assist, what that is, when you're on the highway, it uses that adaptive cruise control as well as the lane keeping assist, and you can really just take your hands off the wheel. It's a semi-autonomous driving system. It's going to ask for your input every now and then just to make sure that you're awake, but it'll follow the lines of the road and it'll keep you a safe distance from the traffic in front. Very, very much like Tesla's autopilot system, and that is in the Telluride, which is fantastic. We had forward emergency braking with forward collision warning, of course. We have blind spot warning with blind spot lane mitigation. I can't remember what the heck they call it, but if you try to make a lane change and there's someone in your blind spot, it will gently nudge you back into your lane so you don't make that lane change. And then one of the nice other safety features that people often forget is Of course, we do have a rear view camera here, but we have a round view camera as well, which gives you a top-down view of the Telluride, so it makes it nice and easy to park. Allows you to see all four corners of the vehicle to make sure that there's nothing, kids, bikes, what have you, in the way, which is really great. And we do have rear cross traffic alert. Rear cross traffic alert is a great feature that is very, very useful in parking lots. When you go to back out of a parking spot, maybe you can't see, it's a little blind because there's cars beside you. The sonar will see way down the sides of the vehicle and then alert you in the rearview mirror if there's a car approaching on either side, which is nice to have. Now here's a little hack for you. Let's say you wanted to pull into a spot, or you're pulling into maybe your garage, right? And you want to not hit anything, obviously. When you put it in drive, you get a front view camera as well. So when you go to park in the garage or in a parking spot that's maybe tight or what have you, put that camera on so that way you can get nice and close but not bump anything. I wish my mom had that. If you saw her front bumper, you'd laugh, and she parks by feel, more or less. Automatic headlights, that kind of goes without saying into Telluride. Let's skip that. Let's get to some more great stuff here, including this fantastic widescreen entertainment system up front. So first and foremost, map. Yes, it does have onboard GPS. Of course it does. It does have a cool little split screen feature here as well. So it'll give you kind of the radio and stuff on one side, your navigation on the other side, which is great. The second most important thing on here though is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Plug in your phone to the USB port up front, and then this whole screen will change and allow you to use all of your mobile apps, including, most importantly, voice to text, text messaging, so that way your phone stays out of your hand and you avoid all of the tickets and everything that goes with that. Not to mention, it's just dangerous, right? So Android Auto, Apple CarPlay is available by the USB cord, and we also now sell a really cool accessory that will allow you to connect wirelessly as well. So when you get in the car, it automatically connects. You don't have to plug anything in. That's kind of a cool little key accessory that just came out very recently. But you can see here, there's some really neat features. Another cool feature, if you've got little kids, the passenger talk. So when you push that, it actually activates your Bluetooth microphone, and you can hear, I don't know if you hear that echo, but it sends your Bluetooth microphone to the back speakers so you can chat with the kids and tell them, hey, shut up, I'm trying to drive, stop fighting with your brother, or, you know, maybe something a little bit more polite, like, we'll be there in a few minutes, dear, or whatever. I don't know, you choose how you want to talk to your kids. But the passenger talk is kind of a cool little feature. It's just like an intercom to the back speakers, which is kind of neat, right? I thought it was gimmicky, I'm not gonna lie, until I used it once or twice and I was like, okay, I don't mind that. Quiet mode as well is another great feature, obviously being designed for kids. Quiet mode, what it'll do is it'll only play music out of the front speakers. So if you've got little ones in the back that maybe are asleep on a road trip, or maybe they got the headphones plugged in, or they got an iPad going and it's loud because they're trying to hear over the radio, you can have quiet mode on and it just sends audio to the front speakers, which is nice. Rear climate control, of course, on the Telluride, it's got tri-zone climate control. You can lock out the rear controls so that way the little ones can't keep on mucking around with the buttons back there if you want, or you can allow them to, you know, essentially control it themselves too, whatever you like. Excuse me. And then Kia Connect is the last feature here that's absolutely, you'd be selling yourself short if you don't subscribe to Kia Connect. It is a phone app for your cell phone, and it'll allow you to do a number of different things on the Telluride, such as remote start, find the location, unlock the doors, etc., etc. Very much like if you've ever used the Tesla app or seen things like that. But Kia Connect, I mean, definitely 100% you want to subscribe to that. Not expensive, very useful, especially considering, you know, remote starter ranges aren't exactly fantastic, but with the Kia Connect, you can essentially do it from anywhere. And then this is kind of our home screen here. It gives you kind of a ghosted image of the navigation, a clock, and stuff like that. Cool. Let's continue on looking down. If you don't like touchscreen, we do have all of the buttons pretty much available up here on the center stack, so that way you don't have to go and fumble through. If you like, they're all here, including the heated steering wheel button is there, and then our climate control as well. Push button start, you can see over here. And then another great feature for mom and dad up front is the heated and air conditioned seats from the back seats are also on the front seats here as well. I'll move the shifter out of the way and show you that we've got our wireless charging pad for your cell phone, and then the USB port for the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is there as well. But that wireless keypad is pretty sweet. Just drop your phone down there and it starts to charge, which is great. Close that back up. not forget to put it in park. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you a cool feature. I'm going to put it in drive, and then I'm going to push auto hold. All right, now look at this. Just take my foot off the brake, and it's going to sit here. So auto hold, pardon me, is a feature that uses the electronic parking brake. And what it'll do is when you come to a complete stop on the road, whether it be just as we did here, or maybe you're in stop and go traffic, it will engage the parking brake, hold the Telluride there until you push the accelerator, and then it seamlessly, really does seamlessly start back up again. It's just as if you lifted your foot off of the brake pedal. There's no delay, there's no clunk, there's no nothing. It's a really great feature. Stop and go traffic, I mean, perfect for that, because there's nothing more frustrating on the gas, off the brake, all the that's boring, that sucks. Use your auto hold, you'll love it. For the purpose of this, I'll put it back in park. So we've got our shifter thing. Oh man, got our shifter here, and then we've got two different kind of setups here. It's kind of cool. So we have our drive select, so comfort, eco, sport, and smart. Obviously it's pretty self-explanatory. Eco is going to give you the best fuel economy. Sport will unlock all of that V6 engine. Smart mode is the most common question we get asked. Smart mode will basically say, okay, what is the throttle doing? Are we pushing hard on the throttle and trying to drive sporty, or are we trying to drive with some reservations? And it will determine which one to put it in for you when you have it in smart mode. So that's cool. Push down on here, and now it allows you to choose snow, mud, or sand mode for the all-wheel drive terrain select control. So if you are in a situation when you're in snow, mud, or sand, you can certainly put it into one of those modes to give you just that little bit of extra confidence, to give you that extra reaction time from the all-wheel drive system. You can do that if you choose. You don't really have to, but if you'd like, by all means, go ahead. We have the idle engine shut off. So at a stop, it will shut off the engine for you. Try to conserve a little bit of fuel. You can turn that off if you like. We've got our parking sensors, which you would turn off if you were towing. And then our view, which is our RAM view camera button here as well. And then our electronic brake, as we were mentioning. Now, one thing I did forget to tell you is throughout all this is that the audio system in this is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you noticed it, but it is a Harman Kardon sound system. We do have XM satellite radio, obviously Bluetooth streaming, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that great stuff. But the audio in the car is fantastic. You'll love it. It is definitely what's needed for such a big vehicle, but it's nice immersive sound. So if you're an audio fanatic, that will be a nice treat for you. Last but not least, we have our Carfax for the vehicle, 2021 Kia Telluride. Now, there is some damage records found, so let me show you what that is. It's actually something really silly. It's kind of frustrating. I felt bad for the previous owner, what he went through, but there's a vandalism charge in September 2021. So right when the vehicle was new, there was a vandalism charge, and it amounted to $2,886. The first amount there is what you see is an estimate just based off of a police report, but once it actually went to the body shop to have the vandalism, the paint kind of corrected, $2,886 was the final charge. That includes labor, taxes, etc. So it probably wasn't a whole lot of paint work that was done on the vehicle when you back out taxes, labor, etc. But nonetheless, there was that there. We're a full disclosure dealership, so we show you that just so that way you're well aware. There's another Telluride. We have a pre-owned 2022 Night Sky that's just coming back from a test drive. I was just going to move out of the way, but appears he's maybe going to go parking in the solo row. But we do have that one available as well. So this 2021, like I say, 72,900 kilometers, dark moss SX, 6-passenger, captain's chairs, amazing features, amazing condition, and it is available here at Clarington Kia. If you'd like to buy this vehicle, you can visit us at claringtonkia.ca, or please do come down to the store. Take this out for a drive. You'll absolutely love it. You'll meet our amazing sales team here who will walk you through every single possible way that you could purchase this Telluride for yourself, your family, and we would love to help you out with that. So folks, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. And if you have any questions, reach out to our team. We're more than happy to help. Thanks so much. Mike from Clarington Kia.